Today on Beyond the Gates, Leslie gets potentially good news, Hayley makes a decision, and the truth about June's children is finally revealed. Hayley surprises Bill by saying she wants to go not to a fancy restaurant but the hospital. She wants to find out if and when they can try for another baby. At the hospital, they meet with the doctor who says Hayley's recovery is going well and they can try again within 3 months should they decide they want to. Taking Bill's hand into her own, Hayley says that despite having only lost their child yesterday, she is feeling blessed to have him in her life. She's not saying she wants to have a baby for him, she's saying it for them. Is Leslie about to be rich? Leslie's going through a stack of bills when Eva comes in from having grocery shopped. Anybody else loves seeing soap characters do things that most of us do on a daily basis? Among the junk mail and catalogs, purses and jewelry and shoes, oh my, coos Leslie, is a letter from lawyers about an inheritance. Leslie assumes the letter's a scam and throws it away, but Eva later calls Tomas to get his take on it. Tomas says he has to meet Kat shortly, but has time to help Eva. He says that her mom's likely right about the inheritance being a scam, but there could possibly be something to it. Eva later tells her mom it could be real, and Leslie's reaction is to say, "There is a chance that I could be related to Barack Obama." There's always a chance, but it never comes true. But Eva compares it to a lottery ticket. Tomas said to call and make sure not to offer any sensitive information in case it is a scam. Great advice we could all follow. Leslie reluctantly calls the number and it appears the letter is genuine based on the reaction of the person on the other end. June's secret is revealed. Regina reluctantly meets Jacob and Naomi at Orphe Jean's to talk about June, but believes absolutely nothing has changed where her sister's concerned. Despite progress made by Naomi in finding into about June's children, Regina wants no part of it, having already lost her sister to drugs and those kids to the system. Regina gives them several of June's belongings, including an unreadable letter. Naomi encourages Regina to be the one to give the box of junk to her sister. Naomi and Jacob try and carve out a moment to talk about his father's involvement in the cover-up and her grandpa's giving her $1 in order to keep their conversations privileged. Naomi manages to reunite the sisters, and it turns out the letter is about June's kids and reveals that she, not a neighbor, called CPS in order to keep her children safe. It's a huge emotional moment as Regina realizes the sacrifice her sister made. June gives Naomi permission to look into the closed adoption, and Regina convinces her sister to come stay the night with her. Samantha and Tyrell are June's kids. Samantha continues trying to push her estranged dads together, this time by tricking Martin into delivering enough food for 15 people to the house. Smitty says he didn't send the supposedly from him text, and Samantha is revealed to be the sender. Although displeased by Samantha's actions, the guys agree to have a family dinner. Things quickly go south, with Pops and Dad butting heads over parenting and the entire family fighting about, well, everything fractured families fight about. But by episode's end, they are playing cards and laughing. What none of them know is that at that very moment, Jacob is sharing with Naomi the shocking news he's uncovered, and which we all suspected Tyrell and Samantha are June's children. As Hayley makes a big decision about the future, a stunning revelation could change several lives forever. Here's my plan to make it compelling, soap opera style. Center the story around Hayley's choice about her future, career, love, family, or something even bigger. Introduce multiple characters whose lives are tied to her decision. Build toward a stunning revelation, a hidden truth, betrayal, or secret that ripples through everyone's lives. Style, emotional, twist-heavy, full of dialogue and cliffhangers. Because 5,000 words is very long, I'll deliver this in parts, chapters, so we can reach the full length smoothly. As Hayley makes a big decision about the future, a stunning revelation could change several lives forever. Part 1, Chapters 1 to 3. Chapter 1, Standing at the Crossroads. Hayley Morgan sat on the porch swing of her family's farmhouse, staring across the fields as the evening light burned orange. She gripped the letter in her hands, the one that had arrived that morning. It was an acceptance, a chance to leave her small town behind and move to New York, where a prestigious arts program was waiting for her. It was everything she'd ever wanted. And yet, her heart was torn. Because leaving meant saying goodbye to her mother, to the only life she'd known, and most painfully, to the people she wasn't sure she was ready to let go of. Behind her, the door creaked open. Her best friend, Danny, stepped out, holding 2 mugs of coffee. "So," Danny said, settling beside her, "you gonna tell me what's in that envelope? Or do I have to wrestle it out of your hands?" Hayley's lips curved faintly, but her eyes stayed on the horizon. "It's New York. They want me." Danny blinked. "Oh my God, Hales. That's huge." She squeezed her arm, but then her smile faltered. You're not smiling." "That's the problem," Hayley whispered. "I don't know if I can go." Chapter 2. The Weight of History. The farmhouse held memories thick as dust. Every creak of the floorboards reminded Hayley of her father, who died 5 years earlier. Every photo on the wall reminded her of the promise she'd once made, that she wouldn't leave her mother alone. Her mother, Evelyn, worked herself to the bone keeping the farm afloat. She needed help, whether she'd admit it or not. If Hayley left, she'd be leaving Evelyn to fight alone. But if she stayed, she'd be giving up her dream. That night, Evelyn sat across from her at the dinner table, noticing her daughter's silence. "You've got something on your mind, don't you, sweetheart?" Hayley hesitated. "It's New York. The school I applied to. They accepted me." Evelyn's fork froze mid-air. She forced a smile. "That's wonderful news." But the look in her eyes, the shadow of fear, of loneliness, told Hayley exactly what her mother wasn't saying. Chapter 3. Smitten Hearts. Across town, in the dimly lit diner where Hayley had worked weekends for years, another storm brewed. Martin Carter, the boy who'd carried a torch for Hayley since high school, sat in a booth with Smitty, his cousin. "She got in," Martin said, voice flat. Smitty raised a brow. "Got in where?" "New York. That arts thing." Martin pushed his fries around his plate. "She hasn't told me yet, but I heard from Danny. If she leaves—" His throat tightened. "If she leaves, I'll never see her again." Smitty smirked. "You could always tell her how you feel." "Just a thought." Martin shook his head. "Too late for that." What none of them knew was that something else was about to land in Hayley's lap, a revelation so powerful it would make New York seem like the least of her choices. Part 2, Chapters 4 to 6. Chapter 4. A Letter Within a Letter. That night, long after everyone else had gone to bed, Hayley sat cross-legged on her bedroom floor, rereading the acceptance letter. But as she smoothed the envelope, she felt something odd, a second slip of paper tucked inside.